What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I've got wonderful, wonderful news. You see, OP-05, Awakening of the New Era, has finally been properly revealed in English. What that means is we have a bunch of English card images, we have an official release date, and we have a whole bunch more. Oh yeah, and we now know what's in the double pack, including the 2 new Don cards. And look, I was hyped about the double pack. You were hyped about the double pack. Let's all get hyped about OP-05 together. First things first, we have a confirmed release date of the 8th of December. So now I can stop saying it's almost certainly going to be the 8th of December, but we need to wait for official confirmation. Because we have official confirmation and it is the 8th of December. Remember, I've been telling you all along that the 8th of December is very likely and that it should be the 8th of December. But as with all of this, it's always awkward because distributor listings are not official. Now we have the official release date on the official website and it is 100% officially the 8th of December. It's called Awakening of the New Era. And they've gone and shown us a bunch of stuff, including both the secret rares, one of which is Gear 5 Luffy and one of which is Kaido. Both of which, incidentally, are very good cards. Gear 5 Luffy on play, Don -10. Yes, that means you have to have all your Don. Play Luffy using all your Don, and then shuffle all your Don back into your deck. But then all of your characters other than Luffy, not your opponent's, just yours, go to the bottom of the deck in any order. But then you take an extra turn, and you got activate main once per turn, pay 1 to add a Don card active. So you can get your Don back very quickly once Monkey D. Luffy hits the field. It's a pretty brutal card, but it's pretty nice. The other one is your 10 cost 12,000 power Kaido. Yes, both the super rares are 10 cost 12,000 power, and we've not seen many of those cards at all. But on play, if your opponent has 3 or less life, you draw 4 cards. It's clearly ridiculous and is awesome. Yeah, that's something to get excited about. Of course, one of the big things about OP-05 is all free manga rares. This is going to be the first set I get a case of. It is, of all the sets so far, this is the one to get a case of. Maybe Romance Dawn. But for collectors and all sorts, this is going to be the set. This is a phenomenal set. It is a set that shakes up the metagame. It is a set which is phenomenal for collectors. It is a ridiculous set all around. We got Trafalgar Law, free cost 5,000 power. And when attacking, if your opponent has more Don cards than you on their field, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, find a Heart Pirates card and add it to your hand. It searches every time you attack. It's not a rest it to search. It's not a play it to search. It is every time you attack. That's ridiculous. Monkey D. Luffy is the one we just looked at a minute ago. It's a phenomenal card. And then used as Captain Kidd, 5 cost, 6,000 power, counter plus 1,000 blocker. And on your turn, when a Don card on your field is returned to your Don deck, add a Don card from your Don deck active. One important point here, if you've got, say, 3 of these Captain Kidd out, and a Don gets returned to your Don deck, you get 3 Don back, because each of the Kidd skills will activate at the same time. That is potentially absolutely dumb good. Keep an eye on this one. These are all very good cards, incidentally. I've seen all of these in lists over in Japan. So yeah, that's pretty cool. They have also gone and shown us the Oda-drawn Luffy. Not obviously the first card drawn by Oda in the game, because we've had a bunch of cards that just use the art from the manga, but it absolutely is the first card that Oda has drawn new art for, and that's very, very important. Yes, there is a signed version of this, we know, because, look, we get the same sets as Japan, right? So there's a signed version in Japan that is super duper hyper rare. We're going to get that signed version. They've chosen not to officially reveal it in English yet, but let's face it, we all know it's coming. Let's not pretend for a second we don't know that it's coming. We absolutely do know that it's coming. Although, as I showed you the other day, OP-05 over in Japan, Manga Luffy is actually outperforming in terms of sales and value. Manga Luffy has actually jumped ahead of signed Luffy at the moment. They're both phenomenal cards. If they could both find their way into my case, well, that would be thoroughly lovely now, wouldn't it? I am so excited for OP-05. So excited. In terms of details, we do have a nice little description here. It's the first anniversary of the One Piece card game. This release is filled with things you won't want to miss, like the card featuring Ichiro Oda's new illustration. The theme for the characters is Sky Island Saga and the Revolutionary Army. That's what we're getting. That's what's coming. This set is... It's hard for me to explain quite how excited I am. We know the set is already out in Japan. We've seen all of this. But there's something about seeing the set revealed in English which is just making me super duper happy. Plus, yes, I know we knew a lot of this stuff from the Japan release anyway, but it's really nice to have it confirmed and have it official and see it in English. Now, in terms of the details, it's coming out on December the 8th. It is $4.49 a pack. There are 126 plus 1 card types. That's the special anniversary Luffy I just showed you. And there's 6 leaders, 45 common, 30 uncommon, 26 rare, 10 super rare, 2 secret rare, 6 special card, and a Don, which is incidentally exactly what you should be expecting to see. That is absolutely standard. Now, they have gone and showed off the leaders, the manga heads of the leaders, and I'm going to put Bello Betty on the screen here because this is my favourite, and I'm going to clarify a point which I did clarify the other day, but I've had a couple of comments, so let's make it super clear. In OP-01, I called these manga heads, these types of leaders, because they are literally the heads of the leader using artwork from the manga head. In OP-02, I again called them manga heads because they were leaders using the art from the manga heads. They're coming back in OP-05, and they're still using art from the manga, so I'm calling them manga heads. I did still call them manga heads in a video the other day talking about the ones from OP-06, but I did say in this video, but let me say it again here nice and clearly, technically manga heads is actually a bad term to use, but only for the ones from OP-06. Because you'll notice, let's take Perona as an example, because I'm loving the Perona leader from OP-06, you'll notice it's actually not drawn by Oda. The art style is very different, and for the first time on these close-up head leaders, there is an artist credited in the top right-hand corner of the card. What they do on the One Piece cards, if they're drawn by Oda, there is no credit in the top right-hand corner of the card. And for OP-01, OP-02, and OP-05, that is the case. But OP-06, they're not technically manga heads, because actually they're not drawn by Oda, they're not using art from the manga, but all the ones from OP-05 are. So very quickly, we've got the Bello Betty that once per turn lets you trash a Revolutionary Army card from your hand, and then 3 of your Revolutionary Army or trigger characters gain 3,000 power. Dual colour, red and yellow, absolutely adore it. The best leader in the set is probably Luffy. Activate main, this is mono purple. Once per turn, add a card from the top of your life to your hand, and if you've got 0 or 3 or more Don, add a Don card from your Don deck. Active. Gives you an extra card from your life, and it gives you an extra Don. It doesn't work if you've got 1 or 2 to stop it working turn 1. But you do get further away from winning because of the whole, giving away your life. But you get hard advantage and Don advantage in the early game, which is huge. The other really good one is Anel. It's a mono leader with 4 life, which is unusual. But when your number of life becomes 0 once per turn during your opponent's turn, add a card from the top of your deck to your life and trash a card from your hand. So your life keeps going up and you keep getting more trigger potential. That's awesome. Sabo, Don X1. This is a dual colour red and black. Don X1 on your opponent's turn once per turn. If your character with 5,000 or more power would be KO'd, you can give it minus 1k instead of being KO'd. Sakazuki is a dual colour blue and black. Activate main once per turn, trash a card from your hand to draw a card. And when attacking, give one of your opponent's characters minus 1 during this turn. I love this because the drawing is clearly a blue skill and the reducing cost is clearly a black skill. I like having dual colour leaders with 2 skills where each skill matches one of their colours. It makes me happy. And the worst leader in the set is Don Quixote Rocinante. Dual colour green and blue, we've got blocker. And at the end of your turn, if you've got 6 or less cards in your hand, set this leader to active. Although it really should be 6 or fewer cards. Like, if we're being honest, it should be if you have 6 or fewer cards in your hand. Just putting that out there. I would have put fewer. Now, they've also gone and shown us all of these special cards. These are all reprints, but they're all stunning and they're all very stylized. So we've got a reprint of the Nami from OP-01. Yes, that card has just been banned. Gutted. We've got the Yamato from OP-01, which is getting way better with the Yamato leader in OP-06. The Uta from OP-02. The Rob Lucci from OP-03. I love this card. It's not going to be expensive. I will have this. The Kaido from OP-04. And then the Enel from this set. 7 cost, 7,000 power rush. And once per turn, if this character would leave the field, you can trash a card from the top of your life instead. Unless Luffy's on the field, in which case the skill doesn't work, which I just love how much that suits the manga. That makes me super duper happy. So yeah, lot of stuff to get excited about. The Oda Luffy, the special cards, the manga heads, the free manga rare cards. There is a lot to get excited about. But this is not the only thing they went and showed us this morning. They also went and showed us Double Pack Volume 2. And we don't need to talk a huge amount about this because, of course, we had the Double Pack back in OP-04. We know what this is. A great value. It contains 2 booster packs, a Don card featuring 1 of 2 new designs, and the packaging doubles as a card case. Annoyingly, I was at the Battle Spirit Saga Pro Tour this past weekend, and I got a bunch of packs, and I didn't have a deck box. I couldn't find one of these. I wanted to find a double pack and buy it just to use as a deck box. Couldn't find one. Sad wassy. I mean, I bought a Game Genie deck box for like €79. Not the point. I wanted a double pack. But we can see here the packaging, and we can see both the Don. We've got ourselves a very big... Now, we've got a very poor look at these. I'm going to be honest with you. They have not given us a very nice close-up, and that makes me genuinely sad. And then we've got Kaido looking very, very menacing. Now, I don't want to go too much into these Don. And there's a reason for this, and the reason is really simple. These Don that they're doing are really cool if you've read the manga or watched the anime. If you haven't, they really are more of a manga thing than the anime, I would say. But if you haven't, they're not going to mean as much. They're just cool. I adore this. These Don, as it stands at the moment, have not been seen in Japan, just like the ones from OP-04. I don't know if they're going to remain exclusive to us, whether Japan's going to get them down the line, whether Japan's going to get some kind of promo pack with all the Don that we've had they haven't. Honestly, can't tell you one way or the other. Now, the double pack, the rumours going around were that they had way better pulls than OP-04. Now, on this channel, I did do a super scientific experiment where I opened 2 of the double packs and I didn't have much better pull rates, and I decided it was all a lie. However, I've heard enough from other people that they pulled very well from them, and look, it's $10 for 2 packs, so you basically pay $1 for the extra Don, and these are really cool. I'm going to buy 2 of these, and that's exactly what I did last time, and I'm going to hope to get 1 of each of the Don, and if not, I'm going to hope to trade with a friend so I get both the Don. And it really is as simple as that. I want to have both these Don, honestly, and I'm going to go and do that, and it's going to make me very happy. Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you need to know about OP-05. It's coming up in just over a month now at this stage, and I am so happy about this. I adore this. I love it. I'm such a fan. I am such a ridiculous fan, and OP-05 for me is going to be a big set. I just told you I'm going to buy 2 of the double packs, even though I'm getting a case of this. That should tell you everything that you need to know. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about all of this, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.